Hello, art friends. My name is Fleshwad, and today I have another creepypasta OC for you. This one is kind of a long one, but it's really, really good. So get comfortable, grab some popcorn, and let's get into it. So this OC video is going to be the first one of the longer version OCs, so it's only one story. And yeah, you can still comment your stories down below on this video if you'd like a chance for your OC to be drawn in a future video. This creepypasta is titled I Was 17 When I Found It and is written by Lil Cherry Chan. I was about 17 when I found it. I'm telling this story the best I can from my memory, mainly to get it off my chest. My family says I need to forget about it. They don't believe me. But I feel like this is the only way to express why I'm so scared now. I'm living out in the woods with just my parents and my sister. It's rather peaceful. We've been out here for about 12 years now. We moved when I was young, but this house, it's amazing. It's a barn-style house with a nice farm, and we're so far out that you can see the stars clearly and hear the ghostly howls of the wolves at night. There's tons of woods behind us, and deep enough in there, there's even a rather good-sized lake. We go hunting in the woods and even fish in the lake repeatedly. Everyday life in summer is just working around the farm, resetting all the rat traps, feeding the cats, taking care of the barn animals, all those sorts of things. It never really bothered me to do all the outside work. I mean, my sister was inside with my mom, working hard doing the inside chores. So most of the time I felt lucky that I got to be out in the fresh air. It's not like I was in school anyway, and my parents paid me well for my work. One day, however, it was so hot that I told my father I'd do anything to avoid being outside in the baking summer heat. He and I made a deal. I was to clean out the basement and sort everything from stuff we were to keep to Goodwill stuff to the junk pile. Honestly, I never went downstairs, so I agreed instantly, thinking maybe I could even clean it well enough that I could make some sort of hangout space down there. A place away for me and my friends, where hopefully my little sister couldn't find us, since we always had to share the house and she was always messing with us. I went downstairs and received quite a shock. My mom was usually the one to put everything away, but this was a mix between a horde of boxes and various items haphazardly strung around the place. It looked like a small hurricane had went through the basement. Still, it was better than being outside in the middle of this summer heat. About 2 hours into this horrible decision, I came across a box buried with all the others. It was labeled Maria's Memories, and looked like it hadn't been touched in years. Not remembering anyone named Maria, I assumed it must have belonged to the previous owners. My curiosity very quickly got the best of me, and I decided to open it. I gently pulled off the tape and began sorting through the box. I found an old pocket watch, old games, stuffed animals, some jewelry, lots of photos, an old lunchbox, and a diary. The diary is what stuck out to me the most. It was white and covered in these rainbow butterflies. It was coated in dust and rather old-looking, a little distorted even, but I was still able to make out what was scribbled on the front. Maria. I was rather intrigued and decided to take a look. February 3rd. Hello, diary. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm 15. I live with my mommy, daddy, my sister, her dog Kenny, and my cat Luna. You were a present from my mommy, and from what mommy told me, you keep all my secrets. So I hope you will. I told her I was a big girl and needed privacy. Later that week, she bought me you. So I'm really excited to write in here. Sincerely yours, Maria Whitewoods. February 4th. Today was just like every other day. Mommy and Daddy ignored me when I got home from school as they dealt with my big sister's bad behavior. She's always getting in trouble for something, and if it's not that, she's fighting with me or my parents. But no matter what, she always gets her way. She yells at me, bullies me, calls me mean things, and I just hate her. Jennifer is just a bad sister and a bad person. Sincerely yours, Maria Whitewoods. February 5th. Last night, Mommy and Daddy were fighting again. They were fighting at nighttime while I tried to sleep. I woke up with Jennifer slamming her door shut. Her bedroom's right across the hall from me, and it was loud enough to wake me almost instantly. I tried to go back to sleep, but I could now hear them screaming at one another, so I just laid in bed with Luna crying. Today, however, when I got home, they wouldn't talk about it. They just didn't speak to each other. I tried to watch TV, but Jennifer came in and screamed at me to move, that she just wanted the big TV and to watch her stupid recorded show. Daddy came in and forced me to go elsewhere. She's always doing this. She always gets what she wants, and I just hate her. I just went on a walk instead with Luna. Sincerely yours, Maria Whitewoods. February 6th. I hate Jennifer so much. She hurt me today. My palm was bleeding badly. I was in the living room with drawings and crayons sprawled about on the floor when she came in demanding I moved. She crushed some of my crayons and we started yelling at one another. She grabbed one of my drawings and I grabbed it back. She yanked so hard and ripped it from my hand. It caused me to get a huge paper cut right across my palm. So I ran to my room crying and screamed that I hated her. I couldn't find any band-aids in my room or the upstairs bathroom, which is between me and Jennifer's room. So I just licked the blood till it stopped. It tasted like a penny. I kinda liked it. It was rather odd. Sincerely yours, Maria Whitewoods. February 7th. To keep from getting home so early and dealing with my sister's constant abuse, when I get off the bus now, I play at the park with my friends from the school bus. We're all in the 6th grade. It's a little far from the house, but not too far. So I just walk home afterwards. Sincerely yours, Maria Whitewoods. February 19th. Sorry I haven't been writing. I haven't had anything truly interesting to write about. Everything's the same. Though I've noticed I bleed more now, like my sister wants me to suffer. It seems like every day I have a new cut or bruise. All of them are because of her. I skipped some pages. They were all just describing the ways the sister was torturing and hurting her younger sister Maria. But I remember where I stopped because the only reason I did was the tiny speck of red on the paper. May 6th. Today was just the worst day of my life. I stayed late at the park, worried because that morning my big sister was in a horrible mood. So I stayed at the park and I played with this older guy I play with often. My mom and dad don't know about him. We're secret friends, but we aren't friends anymore. Today, he did things to me. He picked me up and carried me to his house on his back. There, he did things to me. It hurt. There was blood. I don't want to play with him anymore. May 13th. No one cares about me. I'm worthless. That's what Jennifer is always telling me. That's why Mommy and Daddy won't help me. She calls me a freak, a loser, an idiot, that I'm ugly, stupid, a brat, and many other things. She even says I should have been aborted. She hurts me, constantly leaving bruises and cuts all over me that I try to hide. I'm currently 15 and I want to die. More pages described her sister's abuse and the parents ignoring her cries for help. Then I read something just weird. June 16th. I was bleeding really bad yesterday. I licked it all off of me and cleaned myself. This has become a bit of a ritual since the first time my sister cut me. We didn't get any more band-aids for about a week, so I just hold the cut up to my mouth until it stopped bleeding. If I could reach it, of course. Now it's just become a habit, but I don't really mind. For some reason, I love the taste of my own blood. I wonder if all blood tastes the same. June 24th. Today, I did something. I was bleeding, but not because of Jennifer. I was bleeding because it's my time of the month. I went to the bathroom and there was something in the pad. It was flesh. Like a flesh wad. A clump of my own body coated in blood. For some odd reason, I felt compelled to put it in my mouth. All I could think of was the blood coating it. I gently picked it up and put it in my mouth. At first, all I wanted to do was lick and suck off the blood like it was just another cut. But then I got curious and, against my better judgment, decided to bite into it. It tasted good. Like blood, but better. I can't explain it. June 25th. Last night, I had the weirdest dream I could have ever had. It was me deep in the woods, and I could hear a man's voice calling to me. He said I was worthy of being one of them, though I don't know what them are. I couldn't see him, but he told me I could have all the blood I wanted if I listened, and that flesh was even sweeter. June 28th. I couldn't stop myself. I just kept eating it. It got to the point where I craved more. I just loved the taste. It was intoxicating. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. My sister caught me doing it. She called me disgusting and a freak. But I really don't care. She's better off dead anyway. I love my periods now. I no longer hate them. They provide me with the perfect little bloody treats that I love so much. I'd eat them all the time if I could. I had another dream. He was right. The flesh was sweeter. It's so good I can't help myself. I just can't. I know something is wrong with me, but I'm okay with it. In this new dream, he told me that normal food might not satisfy me soon, and that I really should try real flesh. I don't know what he meant, but I'm worrying about my urges. July 6th. Today, I turned 16. You've held all my secrets since I was 15. I never told Mom or Dad what my friend did to me. They wouldn't care. They were too busy with my sister, but something happened today. I did something really bad. My mom and dad went out together on a date and left me at home with Jennifer in charge. I told her I wanted to go on a walk, but since it was late, she decided I couldn't. I told her that she wasn't the boss of me, and I left the house anyway. As I started to walk off, I could hear my sister scream something from the house, followed by the sound of the back door slamming shut. I looked back and saw her coming toward me with a look that just screamed, "You're so dead." So I ran and just kept running. I eventually stopped by the lakeside when I thought I'd lost her. I stood there for a few minutes trying to catch my breath. Then suddenly I felt my shoulder get grabbed and I immediately screamed and kicked back. I didn't want her to hurt me again. After I kicked, I heard her let out a loud "Whoa!" followed by a splash and a loud thump and a crack. I turned around to see what happened, and I was filled with not only fear but shock. Lying there half in the water was my sister. Blood was rushing out of the back of her skull, and her eyes were just staring right at me. A look of surprise etched onto her face. I stood there for a few moments in my shock. I half expected her to jump up and attack me for what I did, but as time passed and the blood poured, I realized she wasn't going to move. She wasn't even breathing. I went and crouched beside her. I started shaking her and calling her name, trying to get any sort of response. After a few minutes of this with no response, I finally realized what had just happened, what I'd done. My sister was dead, and I killed her. I stayed there for a while just staring at her and holding her head in my hands, wondering what I should do. Then I noticed something warm running down my fingers. I slowly brought my limbs up to my face and stared. They were covered in my sister's blood. I should have been horrified, disgusted even, but I wasn't. Instead, I felt the same familiar craving I felt whenever my period came around or I cut my finger, and before I knew it, I was licking it all off my hands like it was cake batter. It was so sweet and delicious, even more than my own. I needed more of it. And so I picked up the closest rock I could find and bashed it against her skull again and again until blood was pouring out, and I could even find pieces of her brain. I drank and ate every last bit of it, but I still needed more. I was so hungry. So I ran back home and grabbed a steak knife before going back. When I returned, I started cutting her into little pieces, eating every chunk as fast as I could. By the time I was full, she was practically nothing but bones. After it was all said and done, I went back home and got some rope. Nobody could ever know. So I tied her to a bunch of rocks and put her in the water, letting her sink to the bottom. After I got home for the last time that night, I had the best sleep I'd had in years. She really was better off dead. July 15th. My parents and the police gave up. Mom cried, but they labeled Jennifer a runaway child. Besides that, I think the man in my dreams is right. I mean, after what I did, all the other food just tastes so nasty. I can't keep down anything my mom or dad gives me. I just eat my sweet nature. Sadly, it's not my time. So I just give myself a light cut on the finger and lick and suck away. But that's not the only thing. He said I would physically change, and I think he's right. My teeth feel sharper. My eyes, I swear I can see in the dark better now. Like I used to never be able to see when Luna came into my room. Now I can hear and see her coming. My normally tan skin has been paling. Maybe it's because it's too hot to go outside, but I'm getting these bags under my eyes. I look so tired. I feel so tired. The worst thing is I can smell them. I can smell Mom and Dad when they come near me. Not them, but their blood, their flesh. I want it. I crave it. I need it badly. July 18th. I'm not crazy. You can see it in the pictures. My once tan skin is so pale. Mom and Dad think I'm sick. The bags under my eyes make it worse, so they keep me in bed all day. My teeth feel sharp and pointed. My stomach hurts badly, and when Mom came into the room, I nearly went insane. There are bumps on my head now too, and my leg hair is growing longer. I attached some pictures so you can understand. The picture showed a girl that looks ghostly ill. Her eyes had bags under them that were purple and red. Her eyes looked like icy crystal blue. Her hair was black, long, and wavy. It was messy and went about to her stomach. She looked to be about 16. Against my better judgment, I read further. July 22nd. It started again, my time of the month. I was happy. I started eating all the sweet red liquid and meat the second I saw it. I don't know why I craved it so bad, but I felt like I would die without it. I'm getting worse, Mother says, and she saw the bumps today. She thinks I must have hurt myself by accident. I'm always under the blanket so she can't see it, but the hair on my legs is long now. My feet feel numb. In my dreams, he told me not to worry and not even to look, that I'm changing like a beautiful butterfly. However, he said the process would be complete soon and it would hurt when it starts and finishes. But that once it was done, I could have all the flesh and blood I wanted. July 24th. It's not enough. The cravings won't stop. The voices won't stop. I hear him during the day now. It's not enough. But I think I made it worse. Today in the kitchen, Mom was cooking. I managed to get on a dress to cover my legs and move myself downstairs, though walking was rather hard. I felt like I was walking on my tippy toes. Either way, I scared Mama by accident when I came down and she brought the knife down on her thumb instead of the carrots. She screamed for a couple of seconds before just fainting from the sight. I managed to run over and tried shaking Mama awake, but she wouldn't wake up. Then I saw it, her thumb on the ground. The scent of blood started to fill the air and I grabbed it quickly and stared for a couple of seconds. Then I ate it. I ate my mom's thumb, but it wasn't enough. I started licking and sucking on her hand where all the sweet blood was coming from. But something came over me and my mind went blank, and when I came to, I was biting and gnawing at my mother's hand. I stopped instantly. I'm surprised the pain didn't wake her. I called 911 and said our dog, my sister's dog, ate the thumb and attacked Mommy's hand. I cleaned myself, and when Daddy, the police, and the paramedics got here, they believed me. Daddy put me back in bed. He said I needed to rest more. I think Kenny is gone now. July 26. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Mommy smells so good. I want it so bad. Her blood, her flesh. I need it. In my dreams, the man tells me I'm so close. He says once I do it, I can be one of them. I can eat all I want. I'm so skinny now, but I'm gonna have a big meal soon. July 29th. I'm writing this before I do it, so if I write tomorrow, I failed and chickened out. But tonight, while Mommy and Daddy are asleep, I'm gonna do it. The cravings are too bad, I just can't stop myself. I can smell them from my room. Tonight, I'm going to eat real food, not the gross stuff they bring me. Real food. I'm so excited. My legs won't move today. I don't dare look. They better work by tonight. I need it. I need food. I need them. Nothing else was written. The next pages were empty, all except the last one. It was a horrible drawing, like someone finger painted it, but it was in blood saying nothing more than, I'm one of them now. I was disgusted and horrified by whatever this sick journal was. It has to be fake, right? I wish I never checked. I wish I had never read that diary. I read online about the Whitewoods family. It was said in news articles that their eldest ran away and the parents were murdered in their own home, in their own beds at night. Their youngest child, Maria, was never found. It is believed that she was kidnapped and later killed. But now I knew better. Since a lot of us are Native Americans around here, we believe in Wendigos. I burned that disgusting book so I wouldn't have to think about it, and focused on finishing the basement since it would be dinner soon. That night when I heard the howlings like every other night, I hid under my blanket like a child. because I knew it could have been her, hungry and starving for more human flesh. And that is the end of I Was 17 When I Found It by Lil Cherry Chan. That one is creepy. It's kind of long, but so good. I love the format of like a diary, and also I love like cravings and the way it was described. So good. I really hope you guys liked this creepy pasta. And yeah, remember to submit yours down below for a chance for me to draw it. This drawing, I did go more of like a scenic route. I didn't draw Maria. I decided to draw the girl who was reading the drawing just because I thought I could set up like a scene, whereas if I drew Maria, it would just be me drawing Maria. But I'll put a picture of Maria right here. This is Lil Cherry Chan's art. So if you want to see what Maria looks like, there she is. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lil Cherry Chan, for letting me read/draw your story. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. Until the next video, bye.